Right, so rollers, so we will be working, we've got Emma with her knee, so I will be mindful of kneeling, and I will be giving tips on not straining or twisting the knees. So, but focusing on firing glutes up and stretching all through that back. Okie doke. So let's start sitting on our mats. So sitting with your legs outstretched in front, rubbing those legs all the way, the full length from the top all the way over those knees. Give those knees a bit of a roll. Give them a bit of a rub, and Emma, do this. Give your knees a bit of a rub. Get them feeling like, or get them used to being touched. Get the blood flow coming through there. Run those hands all the way down to those feet. Soften the knees and just pull yourself forwards a bit. So you're pulling over those, pulling those armpits over those knees, stretching through that back, stretching through, push out through that lower back, push out through that middle back, push out through that upper back. And those of you with headaches, just lengthen that head, lengthen the head towards the feet. And just give that spine a good old stretch. Give that spine a good old stretch. And then sit yourself back up. Roll those shoulders up to the ears all the way down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pop those hands on the floor and push off your hands. So my hands are about half a foot behind me. Push off your hands, push your chest forward, push your tummy button towards your thighs. Lift that chin up, pulling those shoulder blades together. And then release those hands, pop them on the legs, and let that back sink out backwards. Let those hands come on those knees, and then push those hands forward and tilt forward with the pelvis onto the front bottom. So we're really moving the pelvis on the top of the legs, stretching through those glutes, stretching the top of the hamstrings. Bend the knees a little bit if you don't feel the stretch in the glutes, and then push out through that lower back, push out through that middle back. Push up and out through that upper back, and then lengthen the head, pushing it over the top of those feet. Reaching, stretching, and then release that stretch a bit. Pull those toes in towards you. Pop your fingers over your feet. So the tips of your fingers are in the arch of your feet. The toes are in the crook of your wrist, and pull with the ball of the hand down on those toes, pulling those toes down towards the floor. Pulling down. And then pushing those toes away, letting those armpits stretch, letting those shoulders stretch, breathing in. Breathing out, release the hands over the feet, bring yourself up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round, and put your hands more like a foot behind you this time. So squeeze those elbows together, walk the hands as close towards each other as you can. And then lifting that chest up, pushing that tummy button forward, bringing that chin into the sky, breathing in. Breathing out, push off those hands, squeezing those elbows together, breathing in, breathing out. And then pushing off those hands, press the hands on your thighs and put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, and lift that chest up. So we're lifting that right chest up as we turn, so we're not collapsing into the turn. Looking over that right shoulder, using that left hand to turn, and then come back around to the front and put that right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, and lift that chest, turning around to the left. Breathing in, breathing out, turning to the left, and coming back round to the front. Hands on those legs. Rolling yourself all the way down towards those feet, soften those knees, and just rocking from side to side on that pelvis. So rocking onto the left side, rocking onto the right side, and then pulling your tummy forwards onto your thighs a bit more with those knees bent. Keep those feet vertical, and then push that right knee down, push that left knee, and then push both knees down. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. Bring those hands up off the floor, breathing in. And on the out breath, rolling yourself all the way down to the floor. All the way down to the floor, bring those hands all the way over the head. Reach and stretch. Push that right hand away from that right leg. Really reaching, pull those hands over to the right side of the mat. Walk those feet to the right, hands to the left-hand side of the mat, feet to the left. So we're stretching down that right side. Cross that left leg over that right leg. And really reach, keep those hips to the floor, keep those shoulders to the floor. So you're staying in one plane, pushing that right hand away from that left hand. Or a right foot rather. And then bring those hands and feet back into the center of the mat. Lift the bum up, take it to the left. Take those hands to the right and walk the feet to the right too. Pop that right leg on that left leg, breathing in. On the out breath, push that right hand away from that left hand, stretching through that left hand side. Keeping the chest parallel to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders on the ground, keeping the hips on the ground, reaching those hands away from those feet. And then bring yourself back into the middle of the mat. Push those hands away from those feet, breathing in. On the out breath, take those hands to the sky, chin into the chest, and roll yourself all the way up. Reaching all the way forwards. Reaching all the way forwards. Put those hands around the bottom of the feet. Pulling that tummy onto those thighs, putting those armpits over those knees, breathing in. On the out breath, push those feet away, push those knees down. And then bring yourself up nice and tall. Rolling those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Bring that roller in, pop it on the floor behind you. Okay, bending those knees. So bring yourself, keeping the knees bent, relieves the hip flexors just while we start with the back. So rest the roller at those bottom ribs. Elbows are on the roller. Take the head in the hands and take the elbows off the roller, breathing in. On the out breath, releasing that body, pushing the chest up to the sky. Let the head come all the way down to the floor. Breathing out. Let that head come down. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out and let yourself relax further. Bring that head up. Breathing in. Move the roller up a few centimeters. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release that body backwards over the roller. Breathe in here. Breathing out. Release that body down to the floor. Pushing the breastbone up, push the tailbone in the floor, push the head down towards the floor. And then bring that head back up. Move that roller up a little bit further. Breathing in. Breathing out. That head go down, push the breastbone up, push the tailbone down, loosening that head and neck. So just in this position, you can use your hands on the back of your head. You can just pull that head and lengthen the neck. And then bring yourself back up. Move that roller up a little bit further. Breathing in, and on the out breath, let yourself go down. So this time my head rests on the back of the roller. It's not quite on the floor, pushing the chest up. Pushing the tailbone down. Use your balls of your hand against the chin and cheekbone. Not the cheekbone. Against the jawbone. And push, using the roller as a bit of friction, just push on that jawbone. Push a bit left, push a bit right. And just lengthen. And then release. And then lift that head just off the floor, bring the bum up and roll that roller all the way slowly down to those bottom ribs. So you might need to just walk your feet rather than lifting and pushing just for that knee. So you're moving all the way down and then all the way back up. All the way down and then all the way back up. Good, and then this side, go slightly onto the left side of the spine, slightly on the left, and then keep going all the way over, just over onto the left. So using your legs, using your bum on the floor if you need, just wiggle yourself up on the edge of the roller. Just let that roller go through that armpit, all the way down. And then over onto the back. And then all the way completely onto the back. And then slightly onto that right side. And then slightly all the way over onto the right. All the way onto the right. Good. And then back onto the back. So make sure you hold, yeah, that's it. Supporting that neck if you need, onto the back. And then rest the bum on the floor when you're back on the back. Take hold of that head. Straighten those legs out. Push that chest up. And lengthen that head onto the floor. And then put your hands behind your head. And just lift that left elbow away from you, bringing the right elbow towards the side so you're stretching through that left side over the roller. And then just rotate the left elbow down, right elbow up so you're turning sideways on the roller. And then come back, go one more so the left elbow goes away. So we're stretching, push that left elbow away from that left foot, keeping the bum on the floor. And then come back round, push that right elbow away from that right foot. And then come back to center, bring those feet back in a little bit, lift the bum up, move that roller down and up just to loosen up from having point loaded it. We're going down and then just coming up, bringing that chin into the chest. And then put your bum on the floor, use your elbows and lift yourself up off the roller. Move that roller out of the way. Moving that roller out of the way. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders forward, up to the ears, all the way back. Put the hands on the floor behind, they're about a foot behind. Breathing in, and on the out breath, push that chest forward. Lift that chest up, take that chin up, squeeze those shoulder blades together so we're inverting the chest here. Lifting, and then breathing out. Release those hands on the floor and round that back, reaching forward towards those feet, pushing those hands forward, pushing those tummy button down to the thighs. Holding onto the bottom of the feet, push that right knee down, push that left knee down. Push both knees down to the floor, stretching that body. And then lift yourself up nice and tall. One more, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, lifting that left chest up as you turn and look over that left shoulder. And then back round to the front, put that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind and lift the right chest. Lift and turn, looking over that right shoulder. And then come back round to the front. Bring those arms up, breathing in, and on the out breath, lower yourself down to the floor. Lower yourself down. So if you want to use a rope here, Emma, you can. We're going to stretch the hamstrings lying down on the floor. So you could use an elastic or a rope or something. But anyway, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Slide those hands down towards those knees. Pushing off those elbows, we're going to lift the chest up. So we're just going to do this fish pose, lifting that chest up, pushing off the tailbone, pushing off the back of the head. Reaching that chest up, so we've got the shoulders are just coming off the floor, the back's just coming off the floor. Now release, let that back go into the ground, bring those arms up to the sky. Pull those shoulders down towards the waist, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Reach those hands up, push that spine, imprint the entire length of the spine into the floor behind you. Push that head into the mat, breathing in. On the out breath, pull those shoulders down into the mat, pull that chest up, pull the spine away from the floor. So your shoulders are pushing the floor, your back's pushing the floor, your tailbone's pushing the floor. Now push those hands up to the sky and imprint that spine into the mat. Lower back, middle back, upper back. The neck will be slightly off as we're pushing off that head. And then pull those shoulder blades together into the mat, lifting that spine up, bring the backs of the hands out wide to the floor, palms are up, push those hands apart, feel the stretch through the fascia, feel the stretch through the muscles, through the palms, spread those fingers. Now pull those shoulder blades together and lift that spine up. Push those hands apart, flatten that spine, bring the arms up into the sky, palms together, pushing the spine into the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those palms apart, back to the hands to the floor and lift that chest up off the floor. Bring those arms down by the side, keeping those shoulder blades into the floor. Slide your fingers under your bottom, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those elbows, come up onto the back of the head, pushing that chest up. So this is the same stretch that we do with that puppy pose, but we're the other way up. We're pushing that chest up to the sky, pushing that chin into the ceiling, lifting, squeezing those shoulder blades together, trying to push the chest up off the shoulders, using those elbows to lift that rib cage away from those shoulders. Pushing off the tailbone, breathing in, filling the ribs up with air as we fill those lungs, spreading them. Breathing out, bring those shoulder blades together behind your back. And then release that spine down onto the floor. Bring those arms up into the sky. Push those hands up, imprint that spine into the floor. Bring those arms, those shoulders into the ground. Take those hands apart wide. Lifting that chest up, slide the back of the hand down towards the bum. Slide those fingers under the bottom, breathing in on the out breath. Lift off those elbows, pushing that chest up into the sky, breathing in. Fill those lungs up with air and spread those ribs. Push off those elbows, support that neck. Breathing out. Pull those shoulder blades together under your back. Push the ribs away from the shoulder blades. Pushing off the tailbone, resting on the top of the head, but the weight's in the elbows. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze the shoulders together, open the chest. And then release and lower yourself down to the floor. Bring that left leg in and bring that right leg in. So holding the calves will protect the knees there, Emma. Lift that tailbone off the floor and bring those knees into the chest or bring those feet up over the head of it. Just lifting that back off the floor, using those legs as a lever. And then release. And then lifting the back up off the floor. And then release. Letting those legs come out wide. Put those hands on the inner thigh. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Push that right knee towards the floor. Push the left knee. Push that right knee. Push that left. Let the spine rock. Keep the shoulders on the ground. Rock at your waist through your ribs. Rocking left, rocking right. Bring that rock smaller and smaller until you're still. Push the tailbone away. Push those bottom ribs on the floor. Middle ribs, top ribs. Lift that lower back slightly. Get that pelvis, but horizontal, sorry. I'm going to say vertical, but that was obviously not right. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Pushing those knees into the arms. So you're trying to bring the knees together, but you're keeping the resistance on. Then breathing in. On the out breath, let those knees separate. Stretching those inner thighs, lengthening that body, staying in neutral spine. Push those knees away from each other. Holding them. Now push the knees into those hands. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the push. Lengthen. Lengthen those legs away from each other. Using the hands, bring those knees back together. Straighten those legs up into the sky. Take that right leg back down to the floor. Hold on to the back of the left leg. Push that heel up into the sky. Push that leg straight. Take hold of that calf and bring it towards your face. Point that toe. Flex that foot. Point that toe. Flex that foot, circles with that foot one way. 3 circles, circles with that foot the other way. Bring that, bend that knee a bit. Bring that thigh down towards the chest, holding that shin, that's calm. Now push that knee away from you, feeling the stretch through those glutes. Feel it intensify deeper into your bum. Flex the foot, point the toe, circle one way, circle the other way. Bend the knee. Let that foot go back to the floor, lengthen the leg out straight, take those arms over the head. And then bring those arms up to the sky, bring that right knee in. So holding behind the knee, holding on top of the knee, wherever you want to hold, pull that leg in, let that foot hang over your head, pulling in. So pushing that leg out so that it's straight up in the sky, holding behind the knee. Point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, pull those shoulders in the floor, lift that lower back slightly, flex the foot. Point the toe, circle with that foot one way. Circle with that foot the other way. Flex it, point it, bend the knee, bring that thigh closer to your chest. Hold up into that calf. Push that knee away a little straighter. It's not going to go completely straight. Just try to straighten it. Feel the stretch go into that hamstring. Point the toe. Flex the foot. Circle one way. Circle the other way. Bend the knee a bit. Bring that leg in closer. Push that knee away from you. Feel the stretch. And then release that leg. Let that foot go down to the floor. Take those arms over the head, reach and stretch those hands away from the feet. Bring that bring that left leg towards the bum, bring that left leg in, take those arms up to the sky. Take hold of that left knee, breathing in, and on the out breath, bring that left leg all the way over the body. Gently bring that over. Push that left hand away. Turn the eyes left, push the left knee onto the floor, follow the hip after the knee, follow that shoulder after the hand, turn through those ribs, tummy button to the sky, ribs to the sky. So Emma, if this is uncomfortable, you might need a cushion just to rest under the left knee so that you are supporting it, or you can just put your hand, make a fist with your hand and just support it, so you won't get quite as the same stretch, but you can just remove the fist, making that stretch a bit more. Okay, roll onto that right hand side. Take hold of this left foot in this left hand. Now again, if you struggle with getting that foot into the hand, put a rope around the ankle and hold onto a rope or hold onto a sock. So roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Let that right leg drift forward. Holding onto this. Yeah, you can use your leg to pull your one leg to pull the other one in. If you're like Emma's lying on her stomach, doing the quad stretch. So pulling this foot towards the bum, push that hip forward. Push that hip forward, now push that foot into the hand, lengthen that foot and hand away from you, keeping it up high, let that knee go behind, breathing in, breathing out, and then release, and then let go of that leg and roll back onto your back. Pull that knee into the chest. Pop that foot on the other leg, bring the other leg up. So putting this foot on the other leg. So rather than twisting the knee, Emma, you can hold on to the foot like this and you can pull the thigh up towards that shoulder. So everyone else, rest your foot on your other knee. Take hold of the right leg, pull that leg towards. So we're using the shin bone as a lever on the glute. If you don't want to use this pressure on the knee, you can hold on to the thigh bone, without turning that, without pulling on the foot, hold the thigh and you can pull that across. Doesn't give quite as good a stretch, but put that left hand, everyone else put the left hand on the left knee, push that left leg away, breathing in, breathing out. Push the left knee into the left hand, holding onto that left foot. And then release, pull the left foot in, push the left knee away with the hand. Turn through that, turning that thigh in order to stretch those glutes. Release that right leg out straight, pull that left knee in towards the bum, the chest rather. Pull that left leg all the way over the body. Put it down to the floor, push the left hand away, reach that left hand, reach that left knee. Breathing in, breathing out. Release that, roll back onto the back. Let that left leg go out straight. Take those arms all the way overhead, reach and stretch. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Bring that right knee in. Pushing the tailbone into the floor. Bring that right knee in towards the chest. Breathing in. On the out breath, take that right leg over the body. Take that right hand away. Take those eyes right. Pushing that right leg down towards the floor. Stretching through that chest. Bringing the tummy up. Bringing the breastbone up. Pushing that right hand away. Taking those eyes right. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lengthen that hand away from the knee. And then roll over onto that left hand side. Take hold of this right foot in the right hand. If you struggle to reach it, put a rope around the foot, dressing gown strap, or take hold of your sock. Let that left foot go forward, breathing in. On the out breath, let the right knee go behind and then push that right foot into the hand and lengthen. Pushing that right foot into the hand, lengthen that hip. Stretching, breathing in, breathing out. And then release. And then let go of that right leg, roll back onto the back. Bring that right knee in towards the chest, taking hold of the back of the leg. Bring that left foot in, rest the right foot on the left leg, and then bring that left leg towards. And push that right knee away. Turning through that thigh. Again, if you don't want to use the leg as a lever, you can just hold onto the thigh. You can do this slightly differently by pulling that thigh across the body. So everyone else keep hold of your leg like that. If you don't want to use the shin bone, you can just pull that thigh over the body. And you still get a stretch in the glute here. So holding onto the knee, pulling it across. So breathing in. If you've got your foot on your left leg, breathing out, push that right leg away. Pull that left leg in. And then let that left leg go away. Hold on to that right knee. Bring that right leg over the body, pushing that right hand away again, stretching through that back. Breathing in, breathing out, and then release, come back onto the back. Pop the foot on the floor, pop both feet on the floor, close to your bum. We're going to do some bridging. So roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, slide those hands down towards those feet. So first of all, get the spine organized. Pull those shoulders into the floor, focus on those shoulder blades. So just shimmy on those shoulders to get those shoulder blades flat under your back. Spine might be lifted off the floor now. So pull those bottom ribs into the ground. Keep the top ribs, middle ribs on the floor. Feet are hip distance apart. Knees are hip distance apart. Toes are off the floor. Weights through the heels. Breathing in. On the out breath, pelvic tilt. So flatten the lower back into the ground, lift the tailbone up. Release the tailbone into the ground, let the lower back lift. Flatten the back in, tailbone up. Release the lower back, tailbone down. So the pelvis rocks in order to create the arch of the spine, not the ribs moving. Continue to rock that pelvis, tailbone down. Now we're going to go tailbone up, flattening the back, push off the heels and continue to lift the pelvis off the floor, and then one vertebra at a time, all the way up onto the top here. Push those hands towards the feet, lengthen the neck away from the body. Lower the vertebra, one vertebra at a time, all the way back down. Don't let those shoulders lift up. Breathing in at the bottom, arch the back through the tilt of the pelvis. Flatten the back through the tilt of the pelvis. Push through those heels, lead with the pubic bone up into the sky. Pushing all the way up, clenching with the bum. So you're lifting, release that neck, let it rock from side to side, and then lower one vertebra at a time, all the way back down to the floor. Arch the back at the bottom, push the tailbone down. Flatten the back, lift that body up into the bridge. Look down towards your navel, and you should see your pubic bone in the air above everything else, not tummy button. Your pubic bone should be highest. Should feel the stretch through those quads. Should feel the engagement of your bum muscles. Lower that spine one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the ground. Breathing in, arching the back at the bottom. Breathing out, flattening the back. Lift up that pubic bone. Push that body up into the sky. Bring those arms up into the air. Bring them all the way over the head. Rest those hands on the floor. Breathing in. Keep these arms on the ground. Palms up. Breathing out. Lower the spine. So you have to release those armpits. Lengthen those arms away, lowering the spine one vertebra at a time. Make sure every vertebra goes down in order. Arch the back at the bottom. If you're struggling with getting the lower back down before the bum goes down, then you need to get more flexibility in those in the upper back. Flatten, bring those arms all the way back down by your side. Breathing in on the out breath, flatten the back, pubic bone in the sky, drive those hips up high, bring those arms overhead. Breathing in. On the out breath, lower that body down to the floor. One vertebra at a time, push through those below that bra strap. Really push that down to the floor before the bum goes down. Get that lower back down, arch the back at the bottom, bring the arms back down by the side. Breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the back, lift that pubic bone, drive through the bum muscles, bring yourself up. Bring those arms all the way overhead, breathing in. On the out breath, release those armpits, lower that spine all the way down to the floor. Arching the back at the bottom, bring those hands back by the side. This time we're not going to bring the arms over, so breathing in. On the out breath, flatten that back, keep the shoulders on the ground, lead with the pubic bone all the way up into the sky. Rock yourself and get yourself stable. If you want, put your hand under your bum and lift those hips up. Lifting those hips up, you should be able to get your thumb under your lower back, holding high. That shows you how high you've got, how extended you've got in your hips. Let your hands go back down to the floor, clenching with that bum. Lift that right heel up off the ground and lower. Lift that left heel up off the ground and lower. Lift the right heel up off the ground and lower. Lift the left heel up off the ground and lower. Lower that back down to the floor. One vertebra at a time. Don't let those shoulders lift up. Keep them down. Keep that lower back, middle back, upper back going in order. Breathe in at the bottom while it arches. Breathe out, push the heels into the floor, drive the pubic bone up into the sky, lifting, holding high. Clenching with the bum, lift the right heel up. Push that right arm into the floor. See if you can lift that right foot up. Put the right foot back down. There must be no dropping of the pelvis. Push that right heel in the floor, lift the left heel up. Push that left arm in the floor. Take the left foot off the floor. Put the left foot down. Don't let the left side of the pelvis drop. So make sure your feet are close enough to where your bottom would be, so your knees quite bent. So pushing through that left heel, lift that right heel up. Now push the glutes, the hips across to the right hand side. Feel how much more you engage with that left bum. Push off that right arm, keeping the left hip in column. Lift that right foot up. Feel how your hip doesn't drop as much. Push that right foot on the floor again. Pushing through the left heel. Push the hips over to the right. Push off that right arm and lift that left foot up. Put it down. Lift that, push off that left leg. Push off that right arm. Lift that left foot. Straighten that left leg. Bend that left leg and put it back. So you see people taking their legs out straight willy-nilly, but half the time they'll be dropping their hips. It's hard to do this right. Push those elbows into those upper arms into the floor. Lift those hips up higher. On this right side, push the right heel in the floor. Push the hips across to the left. Lift the left heel up. Push off that left arm. Take that left foot off the floor. Put that left foot down. Push through the right foot. Take the left hips left. Lift that left heel up. Take the left foot up. Put it down. Push off that left arm. Push the hips left. Push through that right heel. Lift that left foot up. Straighten that left leg. Bend that left leg. Put it down. Lower that back down to the floor. Arch the back at the bottom. Flatten the back and bring those knees into the chest. Lift the tailbone off the ground. Stretch that lower back and release. Stretch that lower back and release. Pop those feet back on the floor. Lengthen those legs out straight. So the whole thing with that is keeping the hips in column. Bring the arms up to the sky. Bring them all the way over the head. So if you let your hip drift out to the side and if you let your hip drop, then you're not stabilizing the glutes properly. Bring those arms up to the sky, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up. So I want that practice perfectly. I don't want the legs straightened and the hips dropping. So we've got to keep the hips strong. Reaching forwards. Sit yourselves up nice and tall. Bring those arms in front, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering all the way down to the ground. Bring those arms down by your side. Roll those shoulders into the floor, slide them down. Bring that right leg up, bring that left leg up. Finding neutral spine, top ribs, middle ribs, bottom ribs, all connecting with the floor. Tilt that pelvis over so the tailbone goes down, so there's a small lift off the lower back. Drawing in that core, bring the right foot up off the floor. Tap that right heel on the floor. Bring that right foot up. Tap that right foot down. Bring that right foot up. Take that right leg out straight. Bring that right leg in. Take that right leg out straight. Bring that right leg in. Put that foot on the floor. Drawing in the core, lift that left leg up. No twisting of the pelvis. Put that left leg down on the floor. Lift that left leg up. Tap that heel on the floor. The right leg's very soft on the floor. Bring that left leg up. Take that left leg out straight. Bring that left leg back in. Take that left leg out straight. Bring that left leg back in. Take that left leg out straight. Bring it back in. Put it on the floor next to the other leg. Bring that right leg up. Bring that left leg up. Neutral spine. Make sure those ribs are on the ground. Bottom rib, middle rib, top rib. Loosen that head on the ground. Rock it from side to side. Push the tailbone down. Small lift of the lower back. Draw in the core so you're squeezing all of your pipes. Breathing in on the out breath. Take that right heel. Tap the floor and lift it. Lengthen the head from the shoulders. Take the left leg. Tap the floor. Lift it. Take the right leg, tap the floor and lift it. Take the left leg, tap the floor and lift it. Take the right leg further away from the bum, halfway out to straight and bring it back in. Left leg halfway out to straight and bring it back. Right leg halfway out to straight and bring it back. Left leg halfway out to straight and bring it back. Right leg all the way out to straight, hovering it just off the floor and bring it back in. Left leg all the way out to straight and bring it back in. Right leg all the way out to straight and bring it back in. Left leg all the way out to straight and bring it back in. Okay, both legs, heels to the floor, knees bent. Heels to the floor, lift them back up. Keep neutral, don't let that pelvis rock at all. All the way down, heels to the floor. And lift back up, loosen that neck. All the way, heels to the floor. Hold them, touch, have them just hovering on the floor or on the floor but light. Slide those feet away to straight, opening up through those hips. Lengthen the body, take those arms all the way up to the sky, bring them all the way over the head. Feel the strain in that those tummy muscles. Bring those arms all the way back up, bring them all the way down by the side. Draw those feet all the way back in and bring them back up. Breathing in on the out breath, lengthen take those legs over so the heels touch the floor. Knees are bent to 90 still. Take those legs out straight, pushing those fingers away from the shoulders, bring the arms up to the sky, all the way over the head. Feel the tension in the tummy, breathing in on the out breath, bring those arms all the way back. And then bring those feet all the way back in and bring those knees back up. And again, take those feet over to the floor. Slide those legs out straight, bring those arms up all the way over the head. My feet are on the floor, my legs are on the floor. Bring those arms all the way in, but I'm not relaxing my body. Bring those legs back in, bring those knees back up. I'm keeping the engagement of the core. Take those heels down to the floor, lengthen those legs out straight. Bring those arms up into the sky overhead. Breathing in, and on the out breath, bring those arms all the way back down by the side. Bring those feet back in and bring those legs back up. Take those feet down to the floor. Slide those legs out straight. Bring those arms up to the sky, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way up. Hands on the legs, reach all the way down towards those feet, stretch through that back. Breathing in, breathing out. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Bring those arms up, lower yourself down to the floor. Roll yourself over onto your tummy. Roll yourself over onto your tummy, forehead on the floor, hands in that pitchfork position. Lengthen those legs, clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, draw the tummy in, lift it off the ground. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, breathe in. On the out breath, bring the hands and forearms up and lower. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, lift those legs up off the ground, make sure the tummy's lifted. Hands and forearms up and lower. Hands and forearms up, hold them there. Clenching the bum, lift that left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift that right leg, 3, 2, 1. Holding those legs, lift those arms up into the air. Tap the elbows down. Lift those arms up. Tap those elbows down. Lift those arms up, hold them. Lift the left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Keep the belly lifted. Lift the right leg up for 3, 2, 1. Hold them. Lift that chest up off the floor. Keep the eyes looking at the ground. Breathing in. Pass those arms up for 5. Tummy up, 4, 3, 2. Hold them up at 1. Lift the left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg up for 3, 2, 1. And lower everything down. Keeping those forearms on the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, lift the knees up, draw the tummy and lift it up. Push off those hands and forearms and lift that chest up, stretching, pulling those shoulder blades together. Really squeezing the shoulder blades, really opening the chest, as if you're trying to push the chest forward to the front of the mat, pulling the back of the head to the sky. And then release down. Breathing in, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing out, clench the bum, lift those legs, drawing the core, lift that upper body. Keeping those bottom ribs down, breathing in. And on the out breath, release. Breathing in, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing out, clench the legs, lengthen them, draw the tummy in, lift that chest up off the ground. Reaching and stretching, holding here. Lift those arms up off the floor. Pass those arms up for 5, 4, 3, tummy's lifted, 2, 1. Hold here. Lift the left leg for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg for 3, 2, 1. Lift both legs, 3, 2, 1, and lower everything down. If you feel that in your lower back, it's because you let your tummy go back onto the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, lifting that left leg, those legs up, pushing the pubic bone in, lifting the belly up. Push off those forearms and arms, lift up that upper body. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms up, hands higher than elbows. Pulse them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop those hands by the bottom ribs, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands and come onto the thighs. So, you can do this bit. Now, Emma, lower to the floor and go over onto your other side. Everyone else, push off those hands, come onto the knees. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the bum in the air, back into child pose. Lengthening. So Emma, reach forwards towards your feet, stretching through that back. Squeezing the knees apart on the floor, engage the bum, come up onto all fours. Walk those knees forward, pop the legs on the ground. Sitting yourself up. Hold behind those thighs, lift that chest up into the sky. Push those knees in the floor, pull the toes towards you. Taking that right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, lift that chest up and turn. And then coming back the other way, put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, lift that chest up and turn. Coming back to the front, slide those hands down towards those feet, stretching. Lifting yourself up, hold behind those thighs, lift that chest up. Bring those arms all the way up into the sky, take them all the way out wide. Dust the floor, bring them all the way back up in the sky, palms together, breathing in. Breathing out, reach those arms up, push that head up. Release those hands, rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done.